Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Legends ZA. Finally, we're playing a good game, unlike what we've been playing in Metroid Prime 4. Jesus Christ, that game. But anyway, welcome back. We're trying, finally today, hopefully, getting this goddamn Virizion. Is that doing well? Good. The stream is beginning way later than I was going to. My house needed to be fixed, or we had to make sure it was being fixed. Washer, and it was supposed to be between. The guy was supposed to arrive before midday. Didn't. Only arrived at like 2:30, I think. Oh, there's a victory belt. Nice to see you. And oh yeah, we have to deal with these mothers. Oh, lovely, right? Because last time I did this, I didn't have it. I need to fly. Need to take care of all these bitches. Alright, let's do like this and then kill both. Okay, didn't. Love that. Kill one. We kill one. Okay. So, need to remember that we need to do bigger traveling than before because this has a very bad spawn. Virizion has a terrible spawn here. It's potentially might be the worst of all the Legends. I'm understanding this will be like, this is a trip. I know a lot of people have had a lot of trouble with this one. I know like Austin John for his video did like 14 hours of this. A lot of people in that comment section were like, oh, it took me 6, took me 7. I think this will be this is beginning today. We're in hour 5 of this one, if I'm not mistaken. And because it's such a terrible spawn. It's not just a terrible spawn, it's a spawn you cannot see no matter what you do. Because it's in between the walls, so great, fantastic. It can spawn in and be like doing the way Austin John was doing and showcased, like going from here to here would only go into the midway point of where Virizion is, but that area is kind of, it's a small area but kind of big at the same time, so it can take forever for those things to be apart. Let's put it that way, for it to spawn in and despawn. So we have to take bigger steps. I mean, to be fair, I'm going almost into the area, like where it would be like just adjacent to where we're going. So yeah. Also, by the way, I was thinking of Metroid Prime 4 early, Prime Beyond, which is, I'll always say it's a bad game. I was kind of spoiled about something that happens in the end of the game. A story beat, not a boss or a fight or anything, just spoiled about, well, two things. About the boss battle, final boss battle being kind of ridiculous and ridiculously long, which goes as with everything I've been saying about that game's boss battles. I've been playing them and I've been like, this is not hard, just long and tedious, which, god damn it, I'll say it, they're bad boss battles. And again, nothing good about that game. Almost nothing good. But it was spoiled about a story beat, and I have an opinion on it. I'll share it once we reach it. So hooray, should be a long one. But I probably am not too far off from the end, from my understanding. So we'll see. Ah, crap! They respawned. Everything I heard was basically from like glazers for that game. Which I cannot even believe that's a real sentence I'm saying. Imagine glazing Prime 4 of all games. So many good games out there and you choose to defend Prime 4 and the glaze Prime 4. Potentially the worst Nintendo game of the Switch era. I also like, just venting out a little bit, how people that don't like the game are viewed as grifters and bad faith actors and like oh, Retro Studios is an American company, so they're much closer to being hated, the game to be hated on by the internet, because, you know, local of the place where it's made matters. It matters because if I didn't know any better, I would have said this game was made in California. But then again, I believe it's in Dallas. I think they're Austin, Texas, so not as hard. But it's a bad game. Sorry, very bad in fact. There's a lot of terrible things about that one. But the idea that I'm an asshole, I'm a grifter, and all, like, for not liking the game, it's like, really? Before I ever touched a Metroid game, I knew one thing about Metroid. One thing about the Metroid series. That the Super Metroid was highly acclaimed. The Prime series, well, I guess it's not one, it's a myriad of things. Prime, oh, right, I didn't save. Super Metroid, I should say, was a fantastic game, allegedly. I played it, I'll be honest, my opinion on it is that it's alright. Would be a lot better if it had better physics, in my opinion. I don't like the physics of that game, I think they're bad, sorry. I think it doesn't have great physics. I also think, to be honest with you, that the game itself anyway, yeah, the physics of that game, especially for wall jumping and stuff, is not great for Super Metroid. But that's beside the point. But the other thing I knew was, yeah, it was that Super Metroid, but great, one of the all-time greats, as they would say, for that one. That the Prime trilogy was a fantastic group of games. That the original Metroid and 2 needed a remake desperately because it was on a Game Boy. That Fusion was very linear, and that Other M was a pile of shit. And I find it interesting that the game made by the Japanese was a pile of shit, was rightfully criticized, but the game made by the Americans, well, they were closer to the hate and the grifters. It sounds to me like you want to defend garbage, and using a bad faith criticism as an excuse. Like, the idea of somebody telling, like, oh, I only got to the ice belt, and that game, and the Mackenzie's not as bad as people make him out to be, and it's like, you got to the ice belt, you already realize that this motherfucker is an unskippable tutorial, that this motherfucker is an unskippable hint system, and that he is a part of what fundamentally is wrong with this game about the disrespecting a player's time, and you're still gonna call other people bad faith and grifters for disliking it? Yeah, I don't trust you. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the problem here, not you. Clearly. I'm the grifter. Because reasons, I guess. Also, this is much more of a problem with everything else, but it's so funny to me how we live in a world where people are so ready to be like, oh, review bombing is bad and shit. It's like, review bombing is bad, but review loving isn't? Like, glazing the game to no end, or glazing something to no end because you like it is not... Okay, whatever. It's so weird to me how the same group of people, or a lot of group of people, will talk about how some companies are immoral and you defending them, or even defending a company on something that you think it's morally reprehensible. You're instantly a glazer, corporate shill and shit like that. And then the same group of people, once a corporation, a billion-dollar corporation, does something that they agree with politically, or they say they're doing something, and all of a sudden, you're a bad faith grifter for not liking what they're doing, because they say they're doing something because of certain things. To me, I'll never understand. But that's, with the review bombing and review loving, that's the thing I've always hated about anything, is that love is great, paraded around, but hating is bad. Hate and love are neutral. Everything is neutral. um, the dislike of a game, or the hatred, let's put it that way. Hatred is not bad. Hatred is not bad, and will never be bad. But let's say it is, don't know what the hell they're talking about. Because if they didn't know what they're talking about, they would never say that. These things are emotions are neutral. Humans are the ones that decide what they are. Like, hating is not bad just because hate is bad. Because some people, oh, but love is a good thing. It's kindness and shit like that. Yeah, and love can also be terrible. You could be loving bad things. Not because you love something that it makes it all of a sudden good. I think more often than not, just to end that up, is just people they wanna say something nice and they wanna look nice, so they say something, not realize what they mean or how stupid their sentence actually is, because they wanna own somebody, and they end up saying something that is pretty fucking dumb. Okay, so this would have been like fourth. This is a second try. Let's see. Hi, Haluchas, how you doing? I don't understand this one. I swear to you. This one is the weirdest one to me when it comes to the shinies in this game. Because this is the only one that I've seen giving people a lot of trouble. And it's giving me a lot of trouble. And I'm people, so yeah. So weird. It's also really funny because it directly contradicts the whole shiny hunting is easy. It even contradicts what I say, and I say shiny hunting is not easier, it's faster. I bet I see more Pokemon than I ever had encounters. But I think I'm playing this game for an hour, maybe two. You'll see more Pokemon than you ever had in encounters in Pokemon before Legends Arceus. Because before PLA, you needed to encounter the Pokemon and you needed to actually walk into the battle to see if it was shiny or not. I don't remember. I think Let's Go might have had. I know it had. No, yeah, it did. It did. Did it have overall shinies? I think it did. I don't remember because I never shiny hunted in that one. So yeah. But even then, it was one game, and Legends Arceus was the one that really began everything. Just because there was methods to also increase your shiny probabilities in Let's Go, but not in Sword and Shield. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this bad boy treats us. The Swords of Justice, the first of the Swords of Justice. Yeah, we already have the ticket ready for the next one. It's so funny. Like, I can legitimately, this stream could literally go for an hour and a half, which is, it is the time of the stream that's gonna go. It was supposed to be longer, but that was when it was gonna be earlier in the day. It's like, yeah, an hour and a half, and it could literally go from no shiny to maybe two, maybe more. Because, like, for example, if I get shiny now, and it's like, oh, under an hour, but like 6 hours overall, I don't remember how long it's been, I think it's hour 5. So, could get a shiny here and be like, oh, we got 2 shinies, oh, we got a shiny, cool, we go to the next area, and then we can shiny hunt. For example, let's get the next one's Cobalion. We can easily get Cobalion in under 30 minutes. Because that one, I can actually see it. And that's the thing with this one compared to the others, is that the others, as soon as I see it, I can get it. This one, I have to pray that I get it. I have to pray that I get the shiny, and then finally get it. Maybe later on, maybe at the same time, or I have to pray that I get it. The other ones, as soon as I see it's shiny, I can get it. Like the Latias. As soon as I saw the Latias was shiny, I caught the Latias. There was no waiting period. It was just like, there's a Latias. I caught it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's pretty simple. Let's see. Okay, we got it immediately. Back Staraptor. We have maybe 2 laps left. Like, for example, let's say that at 2000 that Virizion became shiny. That means I spent the last minute or 2 yapping and not getting it. When it's the Latias, when it was the Latias, oh, the Latias, I don't think I had a lot. I think this is the longest I can get in one of these distortions. I think now we have to go. Now we have to. To be fair, no, it wouldn't be good because then I would have to reset the entire thing. That's the problem with them jumping to the thingy. It's also such a shame there's no place where you can just like. None of them is the easy shiny method of just doing this, the fast travel method. This piece of shit keeps not being shiny. It keeps on not being shiny. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. It's the only one. It legitimately is the hardest of them all. And I'll come back because now. It's fascinating to me that that the Virizion is this hard. And again, it's so funny that this is this hard, and then you hear everybody else like, oh yeah, Shiny Hunt, this game's pretty easy. It's pretty easy, if you ask me. I think somebody said it was 3 to stairs, but I don't know. I'm taking longer. I think longer on each side is better than just playing it safe, because you never know. And also, I'll do this run and then I'll have to go very quickly to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom right before we began streaming and I already have to go again. Sometimes my bladder is too small. Sometimes it's massive. It really depends on the day. I've gone like 6 hours, 6 hours once. No, long, a little bit longer. Without peeing at all. And then the other day it's like, well, it's been 5 minutes since last time I went to the toilet. Have to pee now. But the worst, I'll say the worst is shits. And if you ever had that, like you take a shit and 5-10 minutes later your asshole's like, hey, there's more in here. You need to go drop them. I cannot keep the kids in here. You have to go drop the kids at the pool. It's awful. I think the socks should be spawning in any second now. Nope, okay. Also, yeah, well, I still have side quests to complete to fulfill the Pokédex. By the way, I've been doing pretty well. By the way, I haven't shown it yet. I think, yeah. What was the last? Yeah, I think last time we talked about shinies, I think it was up to no, it was up to Ekans and Golurk. Everything else is new. So yeah, pretty cool, eh? Halucha, Mankey, Zubat, the entire Trico line, another Bulbasaur. So I need one more to fulfill the line. Shroodle, Glamora. This was very good to get. The Gengar was so sick to get. Took a while, but it was really cool. Cofagrigus was in the same things. Cofagrigus has such a cool shiny. Spoink, Malamar, and Kadabra are all in the same, which was really neat. The 2 Charmeleons is also cool. I only need one more. I only need a Charmander to complete the evolutionary line. Then the Medicham was really cool. Medicham, Pangoro, the Meditite, and the Clobbopus and Graplock were all in the same area, which was really cool. This was in an area by itself. Yes, it was. Then these two were in the same one, and these two were in the same one, which is really cool. And also I have a bunch of other reprints. Yeah, here. You can see like there's 3 Holuchas, another Cofagrigus, another Kadabra, 3 Clobbopusses, or Chocobos. Clobbopus, yeah, Clobbopus. Then 2 Mawals and another Pancham. Because that fighting one, I got a lot of mons there. So yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, a lot of them are in these. I think all the other ones are in a Premier Ball. Is a very good color, good ball for a grapple walk. So anyway, back to the thingy. Also, yeah, it's another thing I thought about it. Like, it's so funny how in previous games, in my previous games, I mean Scarlet and Violet, it was super hard to tell some of even the shinies that look very similar. There's almost no differences at all. Like, you can't tell the difference, and I feel that way for the entire Gengar line is that, right? It's very barely noticeable. However, I will say this. Although I remember getting Ghastly, but I don't think I don't think when I got Ghastly that it was that difficult to tell them apart. I don't remember. I guess it's a weird one. But what isn't was when I was doing the shiny hunt for the Gengar, I was like doing the fast travel reset, and I just like I'll just soft reset every time. Took me longer. I don't know if it took me long. I don't think that's fair to say it took me longer. But when I eventually got it, it was really cool. But every time I went there, more often than not, I started thinking like, there's some Pokemon I'm almost certain that you cannot get like this. By the way, found out that Milotic is a Pokemon you can't get by yourself. You need to trade to get. So Boo Earns, I'll tell you. There's some speculation. I heard somebody say there might be coming another DLC for Legends EA. I doubt it. Like, they've already included almost every single Pokemon, and I don't think there's anything they can add to this. But before we talk about that, I'll go very quick to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. When the game restart, well, I'm going to do that. Alrighty. Alright, Raptor, Mega, and Ball. Yeah, it's a shame I haven't seen Mimikyu, which is apparently the best choice for these mothers. We'll see, we'll see. Anyway, you know what I was thinking right before I came back? I was thinking about like getting the full shiny decks of like obviously of mons that are readily available. Obviously there's mons that are not going to be possible, like obviously the Weather Trio is not possible, Darkrai is not possible. What else? Oh yeah, Genesect and all the other legendaries are not possible. And the other ones that are possible are this group of 5 of the Eon Duo and the Swords of Justice. They're the only ones that are shiny huntable. The other ones aren't. But I was like, well, given how Virizion works, I'm not sure if Virizion is not shiny locked. Until I see it in my game, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. You know what? At the same time, I'm kind of surprised that the Swords of Justice didn't get Mega. Now that I think about it. I mean, think about it. There's every other mon that's Mega, right? They get this treatment of like, oh, they're special scans and you can get them shiny, but you don't get the Mega. They even get might be getting a new ability. Because in this game, if you use the Sacred Sword with them, they get a power boost, an attack boost, I should say. So it's interesting. You know, the Swords of Justice and Gen 5 is getting a lot of love, but not a new game. It's unfortunate. I would love a Legends Kyurem, but at the same time, I'm like, what are you gonna do with the Legends Kyurem, right? If you think about it, the only thing everybody wants to see in a Legends game for Unova would be the original dragon. If you're not going to put the original dragon in, don't do it. So I guess that's what they're doing. They're like, we can't really do it. What the hell am I going to do? Like 150 years ago, which was the setting for PLA, which apparently was going to be Johto originally, which sounds also very interesting. Pokemon Legends Ho-Ho, hello. It was going to be the same thing. I think, although I heard the plot and I'm like, that's not as fun as what we got for Legends Arceus. I think if ZA was also going to be something similar or ZA also was the plan for the Johto one. I'm so glad we didn't get that, because Johto, although it sounds fun, it also was like, really? Because it was going to be about reviving the 3 Pokemon in the Burn Tower. It's like, although that's fun, A, you're going to confirm which 3 Pokemon were that. People with Pokemon fans have speculated that have been the evolutions for 30 years. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if the speculation would be confirmed or not. I think it wouldn't have been, because I'm fairly certain that the evolutions, although I do think the evolutions are possible, I think the Paradox forms introduce a new question. What if it were if they were not? We never know. Or maybe Entei, Suicune, and Raikou had gone completely extinct, and then Ho-Ho just brought them back with those 3 Pokemon that were the descendants of it, which would be really cool. I'll be honest with you, if the idea of maybe Eevee, like the DNA had to be there for Entei to do, for them to be descendants, let's put it that way, of the legendary, the Paradox forms. Which the Paradox forms, I don't think a lot of people understand the paradoxes, but you know, it's really funny. God damn it, this stupid goddamn deer. Because the Paradox forms are supposed to be like ancient or futuristic version of the Pokemon. Like a lot of Pokemon, it's not just that. There's other things that Pokemon fans don't understand, and retcons are definitely one of them. Where I'm like, it definitely is a retcon, but not the way you are saying. Because I know Pokemon fans that say, for example, Lucario. Oh, in X and Y, they said Lucario was the first Pokemon to Mega Evolve. And then 2 years later, they retcon it to say, no, it was Rayquaza. It's like, two different things, aren't they? I mean, even if they were Gen 6 or X and Y it was Lucario. I believe, pretty sure Lucario was the first one either in the Kalos region or the first one to do it with a human, while Rayquaza did it by itself. Two different things, aren't they? One was a natural phenomenon that occurred with a legendary mythical creature. The other one was a regular Pokemon with a dude. So those are two different things. One is the proof of concept, the other one was proof of concept that could be repeated. And more recent one, and this one is one that I absolutely giggled at, because it's how... I don't understand how people think. I understand how people think, but they don't understand what retcon or new information or anything gets told to them. It's like, well, Professor Oak is a liar in Generation 1, isn't he? Because he says he's the creator of the Pokédex. But now we know he wasn't. He was Lavington. So Professor Oak was a liar. Even ignoring the fact that Legends ZA straight up says Lavington's research and Pokédex were lost and only recently recovered in the timeline of the games, if we are to assume that the games are linear. So the events of Red and Blue, or Generation 1, when Oak says he's the creator of the Pokédex, happened 30 years ago, where the Lavington's Pokédex was missing. That's the first one. But more importantly, he still would have been the creator of the Pokédex. As in, he's the creator of the Pokédex, the electronic Pokédex we get in the games. It's like saying Alexander Graham Bell was the creator of the smartphone because he invented telephones. It's like, technically you're correct, but nobody would go with it. Nobody would accept that. You know, he wasn't the creator of the he was the creator of the telephone, but not of the smartphone or the cell phone. You know, those are two different things. The same thing here. Lavington was the creator of the Pokédex. Oak is the creator of the electronic Pokédex, and I believe it's not Clement. I think Clement, yeah, is the creator of the Rotom phone, or the Rotom Dex, and by itself then becomes the Rotom phone. See, they're different things. They're not one singular thing, you know. They're all different. But the idea that, oh no, it's Oak's a liar because of it, it's like, no. Even if we remove the context of Lavington's things, we're... Oh, what the fuck? Oh, there's an alpha, of course there was. God damn it. I think we got it, but Jesus Christ, oh motherfucker. One lap is all we got. If I'm lucky, if I'm lucky, I can go back one more. Do this. I say Pokemon fans, but it's with everyone. People don't quite come to grasp certain things, and it's really funny. How two things can be true at the same time, and people are like, man, that's not possible, mate. That's not possible. You're talking gibberish at this point. This motherfucking deer. I'm almost tempted to not do this. Wait, let me do this. So that every time I don't have to do it like this. I can just do that. So I have it there saved up. I don't need to do that animation every time. Let's go 3, 2 stairs. Top of the stairs. I think top of the stairs should be enough. Hopefully. I think it'll be maybe midway through. I don't know, man. Virizion sucks. Catching this one is so bad. It's like, again, I wish you could hear the chime once you got there, but you can't, which is a shame. Also, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about the shiny Pokemon. They are barely different, but in other games, and barely different at all, where you cannot tell outside of a few things. Haunter is one of them. Like, I'm looking at Haunter shiny, it barely changes anything. It's the tongue mostly. However, I did see a bunch of shiny Haunters while I was trying to get the Gengar, and it's actually not that bad. You can tell the difference. It's not like a great shiny by any means. The entire evolutionary line has bad shinies. I think the full-blown white would have worked so much better. The Mega in white looks so goddamn cool. I think the ones being fully white would have been very, very, very cool. Although they're purple, so maybe a black would work as well. But I think the white works really well for the ghosts. But you can tell. Now I can say you can tell. In this game, you can tell. I don't know if you can tell in Scarlet and Violet. Never, be honest. I don't think I got a single member of that evolutionary line shiny in Scarlet and Violet. In a way, I don't remember even seeing shiny Ghastly or Haunter in PLA. Also, is one thing I want to do, and I have to start soon if I want to. For Pokemon month, for February, make a video about to truly see who is Game Freak's favorite Pokemon. And I don't want to do it by just going like looking at the games and obviously looking at the mainline games, not going over like spin-offs and stuff, because then it will never end. But see what their favorite Pokemon is, like how many appearances do they make in the main series, how many. For example, the TCG would be such a chore to go through, but like, how many forms do they get? How many changes do they bring? How many times did this Pokemon is here? And I don't think there's a single Switch game where, because I started thinking about that because of the Swords of Justice. Like, I'm like, are they Game Freak's favorite legendaries at this point? Because like they have been a part of every single Switch title. In three of them, capturable. Two of them actually. In two of them, they're catchable. I think they only missed PLA. They've been a part of every other game, and obviously Let's Go. Obviously in the DLCs, like they get new forms in Scarlet and Violet. They get here they're catchable, and a part of the only group of 5 Pokemon that can be shiny from the legendary side of things. I don't think Keldeo is in this game, but they're catchable in Sword and Shield, and a part of like the very small group of legendary Pokemon that is not catchable. By small group, I mean it's them and the Regis that can be caught outside of the Dynamax adventures. Them, the Galarian birds, them, the Galarian birds and the Regis are the only ones that can be caught outside of the adventures, Dynamax adventures. And then you get Scarlet Violet with new forms, you get this game where they're included. That's why I'm kind of surprised I didn't get a Mega, given everything that has happened. Or a new member, in a way. We're in France, so I wouldn't be surprised. Then again, they are supposed to be D'Artagnan, the Three Musketeers, so it is a bit different. But still, kind of surprised they don't include another one. It could have, I haven't... Maybe not a leader, but like something accompanying it. Because the Three Musketeers, they were part of the French nobility, if I'm not mistaken. And no, maybe not the French army, but you know, maybe a counterpart to them, maybe even like a main antagonist or something against them. I don't remember. Listen, it's been years since I've watched anything or seen anything regarding the Musketeers. I don't know if they had a main villain or rival or whatever. When I was a kid, the only thing I learned about the Three Musketeers was because of the three... what's the word in English? What's the name in English? Because there was it was the Musketeers, but they were dogs. It was D'Artagnan, the dog, as a dog, and all the Musketeers as dogs. I don't remember what the name of... I don't know how to say it in English, so, you know. That's how I learned of the Musketeers and stuff. So maybe there was a rival. Although they don't do too much antagonists for legendaries. Their counterparts, sure. It'd be interesting if they actually did that, you know? The Pokemon that like the three of them come together to fight. You can ask why would that be in Kalos, and the answer would be why are the Three Musketeers in New York? Why are the Musketeers in America? That's your answer. Musketeers are French. Why were they introduced in Unova? Like, it kind of feels, I saw somebody saying, it's kind of true. It feels like the Swords of Justice were only in Unova to tease Generation 6. They're just the tease for the next generation. The Weather Trio are the true true trio. And then the Swords of Justice. Swords of Justice, legitimately, are out of place. They should have been Pokemon in the Kalos region, not Unova. I don't know why they didn't do it that way. Because Unova doesn't have... not Unova. Kalos doesn't have its own trio of legends. It has the main trio, sure, but like it doesn't have the trio below it. Like, you know, like Gen 1 has the birds. 5 has, 5 has, them, the swords, and the... for both of them. There we go. The swords and the genies, or the forces of nature. The Gen 2 has the dogs, or the beasts, not dogs. They're more cats than dogs. The beasts. I never understood, why did people for so long call them the legendary dogs? Like, Raikou is straight up a saber-toothed tiger. And Entei kind of looks like a lion. I don't know. I don't know why, now that I think about it, yeah. Then Gen 3, outside of the Weather True, has the Regis. Then Gen 4, outside of the main 3, has the Lake Trio. Gen 5 has aforementioned swords and forces. No, they're the forces of nature, yeah. Genies or forces of nature, whatever you want to call them. Then, you know, the Tau Trio, as I think I've remember people calling it. Then you have, what's the name of it? Then Gen 6, you have just the Aura Trio, as I remember people calling it for ages. 7 has the Tapus. It was that guy. It's that guy. It's that motherfucker that came too close. Has the Tapus, which is a quartet, not a trio. This stupid fucking deer. Then Gen 8 doesn't have a legendary trio. It has the dogs, the wolves, and the Sword and Shield and Eternatus. And then I guess, technically speaking, the legendary Galarian birds. That's it, yeah, they don't have any. Then Gen 9 has the Ruin Quartet. Interesting, now listing all of them. Because it's always like the main group of legendaries and a subsection of legendaries. And technically speaking, they also have the Terapagos. Because Terapagos is a legendary Pokemon. Actually, Terapagos is the legendary Pokemon of Paldea. Because the Quartet comes from outside of it. The Treasures of Ruin comes from outside of Paldea. And Koraidon and Miraidon are paradoxes. But yeah. Also, by the way, if they actually do introduce, I came with a prediction. I think there's going to be one more updates for this game, and I think that's what's going to include. By the way, I can say it. Garchomp gets a new Mega Garchomp Z, and it's not in the game. It's not in the game. It's something that's going to be introduced later, so maybe in the final update. So what I'm calling now, I don't think has been confirmed, but I would love to see it in the final update, if they do it, would be Ultra Dimension. Like, the Mega Dimension is perfect for this. Mega Dimension, where Paradox forms and the Ultra Beasts are included. Because the Beast Ball was in the game. Again, they keep doing the Beast Ball with no beasts. And I think it would be perfect, because this is the kind of perfect place to do it. New Ultra Beasts, maybe 1 or 2 would be very good. Not happening, but I would love to. And the same thing with Paradox forms. I think shit like this is perfect for it. To introduce Pokemon outside of their generation. I've said before, I think the cool thing that's going to be about Champions is that certain gimmicks will no longer need to be tied to certain regions. So the first, like when Champions comes out, they're going to be doing the first season is Mega Evolution themed. So that first, whenever they do, like say, let's say then Gen 10 comes out, Gen 10 has its own gimmick, then they go into a new cycle, and like they do like a year or two, 1 year of the new gimmick until the next Legends game comes out. I know what the next Legends game is, so I'm not going to spoil it just in case you don't know. But let's say that right before, like the 2 seasons beforehand, they don't want to use. They want to introduce the gimmick that's coming up is not the gimmick that's like, it's not Megas, right? It's a new gimmick. So what they're going to introduce? They could just legitimately, and that's the cool thing about this. We could just legitimately. Oh, that was sick. Legitimately introduce a new Mega Pokemon in that season. So like 2 years after this game comes out, they could, and like a year and a half after Champions comes out, they could be like, hey, by the way, a new Mega Evolution has been discovered in Kalos, or something like that. A Hyper Dimension, there's a new Mega, or something. I think it would be really cool if they did it. Just saying. Same thing with paradoxes and shit. Is looking at the regions, each region, and if they're going to be doing what they can do realistically with nowadays it doesn't matter, right? It's like beforehand everybody was convinced, myself included, that Legends was always going to be ancient. That's why I was like really that's why, like, if you're going to do Unova, you need to do the original dragon. And if you're not going to do the original dragon, don't do it. And the original dragon would have been thousands of years in the past, so you couldn't do it, unfortunately. I had an idea for it, and will never come to fruition. It was going to be a sequel to Scarlet and Violet in a way, and also Black and White 3, effectively. Stupid deer. I hate Virizion. I'm developing a hatred for Virizion. It's been 6 hours of this. Actually, yeah, now we're already in hour... Oh, no, we're not. We're not. In a few minutes we'll be in hour 6. 6 hours for one shiny is insane. Again, I know how people used to do this back in the day. With full odds of 8,000. And they're upset that this is no longer the method for every single Pokemon. I always say it too, when it comes to that, of like, oh, they're just easier now, and I still, again, say it's faster. Also, it's like, yeah, but now you don't have like a small collection of shiny Pokemon, or a small... You only go for 1 or 2, you can go for a crap ton of them. You don't just, you know... It's so weird. Oh yeah, I don't have to spend 20 hours to potentially get 3 shiny Pokemon. And maybe one of them will be one that I like, if I don't hunt for them specifically. That'll be the fun thing about this one, is legitimately like, oh, there's hyperspace, hyper dimension hole. Go there, go see what's in there. See what if what's in there you want. You want to go here and get this shiny? Come on now, buddy. There's only one Pokemon I want, legitimately. Not legitimately, there's a lot of them. But there's a select group of Pokemon. The one thing I don't like about the hyperspace dimension, I will say that, is that they don't focus on new Pokemon. That's kind of been the bummer of it. It's like Pokedex, let's see, for hyperspace. it's I've 100 caught of 113 seen. If you click on it, right? Surfetch is another one you cannot catch without being outside of evolving it. Well, here's the thing, right? Look at it, check it. There's Surfetched, then there's Rotom, there's the Grievards, there's this, I don't know what this one is, but let's put it this way. Have yet to see Galarian Farfetch'd. Have yet to get one where Rotom is available. I did get ones with these boys available, but I didn't go to them because I wanted to catch them shiny. I didn't have a donut. I have no idea what that one is. No idea what that one is. Chimecho. I know I already have Chimecho. Also, I should probably come here and put you as shiny. Oh, it does say hyperspace. Oh, cool. Did I do that to this one? No. Also, okay, so Rotom, where? 5 stars. Okay, so it's special ones, 1 and 4. Anyway, like, no idea what that is. No idea what these are. Maybe evolutionary line. I don't know. That's Throw, which I haven't gotten yet. This is Runerigus, but I have yet to see Galarian Yamask. So, you know, it's very interesting. Like, I've seen Squall ability, but I haven't seen him spawn in. Like, one of those things. Same thing with Seviper. I haven't seen it. And then there's also all the legendary Pokemon. So it's really weird the way it's done. The way they did this. I don't understand it. It's weird. It's weird. How so many brand new Pokemon were introduced. Or brand new to the game. But it's so hard to get them. Because they need to be in hyperspace Lumios, and they need to be, I guess, is to extend the length of this, but, you know, I don't know. So, going back to Garchomp, I think Garchomp will be a part of, like, I thought about it and I wanted it, and I think I said in one of the streams I wanted this to happen. For them to, on Pokemon Day, I said that I think there's going to be a final update for this. And I kind of wanted it to be like an epilogue, kind of like what happened in Scarlet and Violet. For Scarlet and Violet, it was for a mythical Pokemon. Here and it was a whole side quest. Here it might just be for 1 Mega. I don't know how I feel, especially for it's a Mega for a Pokemon that already had a Mega. And it's the 3rd Z Mega. And I was thinking also that, like, wow, they made a point of introducing Z Megas to only do 3 overall. It's like, yeah, and how many Pokemon got X and Y Megas? It's like, oh yeah, only 2 got X and Y Megas in the beginning. In the form of Charizard and Mewtwo. Everybody else got 1. If they were lucky. And then later on, with this game they introduced... Not even this game, the DLC. Came... Raichu X and Y. I was like, yeah, I guess so. It's intriguing how they've made these decisions. Also, yeah, the thing with the determining the favorite also would include, going back to that video, like seeing which one returned the most, which one has gotten the most, well, not just for most ones, like who has showed up the most, and returned as much, but it also was going to include stuff like who is a part of the most Elite Fours, and who's the most gym leaders, how many times do they show up, how many times are they the ace of someone. I thought that was going to be a fun idea to do, and we'll see if we actually do it or not. Also, no, it's not caught, but it's given to you. Hi, Victory Bell. How you doing? Oh, hi, Halucha. How you doing? You know what? Is it a good idea to check? I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm gonna do one check right now of the Haluchas. We're gonna go back after we do this. We do this, and I'm gonna go check the Haluchas. Obviously, there won't be a shiny here. I just want to see the Haluchas. I just want to see one of them. I just want to make sure of something. Let's see this. These are the Haluchas. Every time we reset the game, I believe they will be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do this. If we don't get the shiny now, I'll do the same thing afterwards. We're gonna go there and see if they are the same. If they're different, then it might be worth it to just save and reload every time to see if we get a new shiny Virizion. If that's the case. Given how long this has been, that might be the fastest way. As a matter of fact, with how this has been, it probably was the fastest way, was just to always come here right after. Or, you know what I might do? One of these. If I fail all of this, one of these days, if this fails completely, what we might just do is... wait a minute, I have to check. Nah, I don't think it's in the 50. It shouldn't be in the 50. It would be really funny if it was. If Virizion is within the 50 meters. I doubt it. Right? Because, like, of the middle of where Virizion spawn is, this manhole is like 45 meters away. I doubt that it would be, but it would be really funny. Be really funny if that was the case. Also, I think it's a waste of time. It is. I'm gonna check now if those groups of Haluchas is the same or if they have been... If they're the same. If they're not the same, then I'm doing this properly. It feels like they're the same, aren't they? There's 5 of them. If I had got one of them, like, with them shiny or something, that would be really funny. Actually, I probably should have come here with a fighting one level 3. Because that would have increased the Haluchas. And that would have meant that if I'm doing this thing correctly, maybe one of them would have been shiny. But yeah, we have like maybe, at this point, like 4 or 5 more rounds of this. This is why I never did shiny hunting in the past. It's not fun. It's a bit boring. But it's also going to be very tragic when I get that shiny Halucha before I get shiny Virizion. Nope. Fucked up. Actually, I don't even see need to cheat Haluchas. I just realized if the Haluchas are, if they're safe there from the beginning, that means that I'm doing the correct thing. Because one time I got that alpha, so yeah, I'm doing the correct thing. If I alpha'd one Halucha, it means I'm doing the correct thing. Because the Haluchas will be closer to us than the Virizion, so I'm doing the correct thing. It's just a pain in the ass. So to me, right now it's 9:03 a.m. Or yeah, p.m. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be still doing shiny hunts. We'll still do this hunt, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. Hopefully by this time tomorrow, which I won't be streaming at this time. I hope I do the stream earlier. We'll have what? I went too far. We'll have our shiny Virizion already. I think it will be the longest I've ever shiny hunted for a single one. I don't think there's a. I think that before this, and every time I shiny hunted in PLA and Scarlet and Violet, I never purposely shiny hunted a Pokemon. I think the only time I've ever did a shiny hunt that was longer than this is Dynamax Adventures. And those are only long because you have to do 4 battles, guaranteed, and they're long battles. It can be long. And by the way, I'll always say this. I don't like the way people talk about the NPCs in Sword and Shield, in the Dynamax Adventures. Yeah, listen. I understand the NPCs are bad, but have you ever played with randoms online? Some of them are really shit. I remember there was a dude I was playing with, and we were doing Solgaleo. And this motherfucker kept trying to lower the stats of Solgaleo. I purposely, because I knew the guy had a fire type move. The guy had Fire Punch. I forget which one he had, but he had one with Fire Punch. And I purposely, with a Nido King, did a fire type move in Dynamax form to bring out the sun for this motherfucker to continuously trying to lower the stats of the Solgaleo. Solgaleo, mind you, has clear body or full metal or something. I forget what the name of the ability is, but it's basically clear body. Stats can't be lowered. And this dude kept doing it and doing it and doing it. I was like, I'm almost pulling out my hair. I'm yelling at my Switch. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I think that might have been the angriest I've ever been at someone while playing Pokemon. Because like, I could excuse not knowing. Maybe you don't. You don't know. Because there are people that don't know everything. It's fair. It's fair to not know. I'm not gonna be a douchebag. You might not. You might be a noob to the game. Let's say excuse like once or twice. Not every time. Like 5 times in a row. The guy wasted the sun I set up. It was annoying. So yeah, Martin Solrock is bad, but humans sometimes are just AI, or worse. Come on, it'd be really fun if Virizion was now shiny, and then I could get that and the shiny Victory Bell. Just saying, be pretty cool, Virizion. Pretty cool. There's 2 shinies up for grabs right now. It could be one. I don't know which ball I'm going to use on it, to be perfectly honest with you. I hate Virizion so much right now. I think I could do 2 more of these. But having to then might stop midway through. I really am starting to build a distaste for Virizion Mobile. You can see why Americans hate it. Ay, Dios mío. Un burrito amoroso. Bam, 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 bam. Why is this one the way that it is? It is this way because they decided to make hyperspace Umios look like this and not do new areas. That's what it is. It's straight up what it is. Even then, nah, they could have done this better. There's no reason for this to be this way. None at all. You know what? This doesn't matter. The last go we're gonna get. No, I can't because it's gonna be super slow to do it. Fuck it. Forget what I said. Because I was gonna say is like I think the best way for me to do the thing now would be soft resets. Not soft resets, but like teleportation resets. Like do this and then fast travel to it, and then just go from it to. Actually, that might be, but that's always saving. So I would always, not that I'm not resetting anyway. So I might as well just do it maybe. Like check where it would be because I know exactly the area where Virizion spawns in a Zhong district. I could get that location and know roughly where 50 meters would be from it. Because I know where the spawner is. Actually, it could be a shout. It might be the fastest way to do it, actually, now that I think about it. This way is... I guess the problem would be, like, what if random Pokemon want to fight you, so you have to deal with them every time? They don't do it. Maybe not, might not be a problem. It might not be a problem. You never know. I might have to check into that. I might check that. Figure out where exactly 50 would be from it. And they're back, so wish they would stick together so it would be easier to kill. Okay, so we have two of them close together, they're dead. Like the fact that it was giving me the side eye, I was like, please, he's like, please don't come near me, please don't. You're gonna eviscerate me, and I'm not ready for that. Kind of funny how I began this whole thing by like, oh yeah, maybe we can be able to get 2, or begin another one. Virizion decided to be a character in Metro Prime 4 and be bad. Make me dislike it. So I would love to know what 50 meters would be from here. Would it be there? And... you know what? I'll give it 2 more attempts and then we end it. If I can get it in the next 2 attempts, which will be 8 minutes, there's no point in continuing. And I'm gonna do it from here to the tree. It's the longest I'm gonna have to run, but it's the safest I'm gonna take. And not that tree, this tree. This tree is guaranteed to be within the 50 meters. What do you mean? Virizion will straight up be next to that wall. Even if it's more consuming, let's see. Actually, let's see how long it will take. From that tree all the way to the end. So from here... It's an increase. It used to be 4 seconds each way. It's about 10 seconds each way. Or 12 seconds. So I could triple the time. Yeah, because I went from 4 to 12. About that, about 12 seconds. Trying to look at the timer, but by doing so, I have to look exactly as I'm turning and stuff, so it's harder. I know exactly when I need to turn, but it should be, it's about 12 seconds. It still is, like, a lot faster than the old ways, because every single one of these, if done correctly, is a reset. There's no way in hell your game's gonna reset under 12 seconds. For an encounter, for example. There's no way you could begin an encounter and reset it within 12 seconds. There is no way. The game will take 12 seconds just to load. Even this game, which is, I believe, the fastest Pokemon game to load, because it's also Switch 2, it still is longer than 12 seconds. So, watch me do this, and this is the time that it decides to be shiny. If it is, I'll be honest right now, I'll tell you right now, if it becomes shiny, we will immediately go and see what the next one can be, because we're right next to the Rust Syndicate. But what I will need to do is create a, although we're right next to them, I'm gonna go create a backup save, because I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how, if I'm able to get it immediately, if they're planned or not, what, when it is decided that what the next scan is going to bring you. Because, for example, if it's like, well, the scan decided that we're going to get a combat one, and then I saw free set, or I backup save, and it's like, well, it's actually, ah crap, I did a guy wave. It's like, oh, the next one is gonna be combat, guaranteed. And I do 5 resets, and it's all it's fighting. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna collect another ticket, and then we'll see. It's 12 seconds, but how many calories did we waste? Let's say that was at 280. I think it's 100 calories. Yeah, we might be burning 100 calories per turn, per lap. 200 calories per lap. I think we just go now. I think there's no way we could do the thing. Hey, Victory Bell. Oh no, that's the. I was saying, I think no. I was gonna say, yeah, no. I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. I'm so brain dead. I'm so stupid. Damn it. One more. We'll do one more. Oh yeah, no, my brain there was stupid because I was like, oh, did I despawn? And I was gonna say I did it well because the Victory Bell is no longer shiny. Forgetting that shinies stay there at all times. That was at 250, roughly. Yeah, it's about 100 per. So it's 200 per despawn and respawn. So 200s. We started 3,000, 3,000, 15 resets. 15 resets by doing this method. Per 4 minutes. That actually is not that much, actually. But it is the safest. Still, 15. Go do that in a game. Like PDSP, you get 1 reset, maybe 2. It is more time consuming, it is longer, but it is what it is. There's no other way to do this, and that's the shameful part. The worst part about not getting it is that I have a ticket there ready. And shiny hunting outside of this won't matter, because it is just... I'm not getting any tickets. I'm getting items, I'm getting stuff that matters, but not this. So, yeah, we'll see. If this doesn't work, I know what my next strategy is. That will require backup saves, so... Then again, this already requires a backup save, just so I can play and shiny hunt outside of the stream. Which I won't do today, probably. Most definitely. Nah, I won't. Not today! Well, we'll see. We'll see. Funny thing is that we got an alpha Halvuchen. Yeah, the alphas are much more likely. It's 1 in 100 versus. Oh, by the way, oh no, it's humongous. It's big. Them being big, not them being alphas. It's 1 in 100 versus 1 in 5, but still, it's 5 times more likely. But still, it's come on. It's really funny if doing this. If I do it while I'm doing this, I do a donut, and with that donut, I get fighting level 3. And I come here and I get it with that. It'd be very interesting to see what the other shiny would be. I think the boys will be spawning in any second. Yep, there they are. Well, let us see. We have 2 more laps to go, effectively. Actually, this might be the... I don't know if you can hear me mashing the Y button. This is the fastest way, but it's harder to control, so... That's why I'm doing it like this. That's why I'm doing it with a controller and running, which is slower, but also more controlling. Oh, but you know what? That didn't take too long. Yeah, this is the final check. If it's not here, it's not here. And we'll continue on this next time. It's not here. Actually, I want to do something. I want to go and check what would be the distance. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing the wrong thing. But I want to check what would be the distance. What distance will we be? Because it's not in the dojo, because the dojo's right next to it. Like in the map. Also, yeah, no audio, by the way. Sorry. Where's the dojo? Sorry, my god, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. This is the dojo. No, this is the bureau. Where's the dojo? Did I forget where the dojo is? I did forget. No, here's the dojo. This is the dojo. Right. So, let's put the thingy there. And oh, so yeah, it begins right in area 8. Okay, so yeah, we're in the complete wrong way. So what will be the closest to the 50 meters? Because the reset is there. So 50 would be up the ladder. So it would effectively come to the ladder, and then I'll try it. You know what? No, I'll not today. I'll do it I'll do another. Let's see. What if I do this? Where would we reset right now? What should be inside the thing? But I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I know what the strategy I'm gonna employ tomorrow. We'll see if it works or not. Yeah, okay. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll finally get Virizion. Anyway, take care. See you guys later. Bye, everyone.